So this is a video going to talk about what's going to be next. Still working on the Plymouth. That's almost done. I just put the glass in today. Takes a while for that to dry, so I probably won't be able to mess with it till tomorrow. The windows, the clear plastic that they made these windows out of, is more like, it's not like a hard plastic like we're used to with a model. It's a soft plastic, almost like a toy plastic. So it's very unusual. I've run into that on a few model kits before, one or two, and I glued it in. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll stay, but I'm not sure how that plastic's going to work with the glue. I'm using Eileen's tacky glue for now because if anything goes wrong, I can wash that off with water in the sink. So if that'll hold it in place and it seems to be working well, then I'll probably use some type of a model glue to hold it better, or secure it more in there, because once I put the interior in there and then start to pop the chassis on it and the body together, with the interior in there, I might have to get a little, muscle it around a little bit to get all that in, and I don't want the windows to pop out. So that's almost done. And so just to get to the point, the next model, and I'll turn the camera around in a minute and we'll go take a better look at the kit. But this is the next one, which is a kit I've had for years, which is a Tamiya. It's a Tamiya kit. I mean, shouldn't be too hard, even though some of their kits are complicated. So I'm going to turn the camera around. There's a couple other things going around. I'm still painting my figure. This is my 112 figure that I'm working on, but I've been working on this for months because I got to be in the zone in order to deal with it. So I painted a red. This is a Vallejo paint. So I just put like a first coat on it, and then I'll continue on from there. But this is like in between things. It's not a straight build front to end, front to back. I can show you. This is a Camaro. It's a monogram Camaro. It's white on the box. I don't have it within reaching distance, but this is that automotive paint. It's a Ford Mustang color. It came out nice. There were a few places which I sanded, which had some boogers in it, so to speak, and I sanded it and then shot it again on those spots, and it blended in nicely. Came out nice. I had other parts to paint, such as the firewall, radiator support. I think there was a couple other things, or the nose of the car. And before I had a chance to do that, my airbrush started acting up. So I took it apart, cleaned a few parts and checked it out. Seemed to be fine, so I just put it back together. And while I was putting it back together, I went to put the nozzle on the front, which is incredibly tiny. You want to make sure when you're working on that you have like some kind of plastic bowl or tub underneath where you're working, because if you were to drop that, you can forget ever finding it again. It's too small. And while I had got that out and cleaned it and as best I could, and I know it was fine, and went to put it back on. It comes with a tiny little wrench. I slipped a wrench on there, went to push it over with my thumb just to snug it up, and it just ripped it right off. So half the threads are inside the airbrush, and then half the threads are attached to the nozzle, which means that, other than drilling it out and tapping it, which is not going to happen. I mean, it's minuscule. It's so it's like, okay, well, that's the end of that. So, I mean, it is a cheap, CCP, whatever, airbrush. So, I mean, I got what I paid for. I probably paid $20 for it, or 25 or something. So Whatever is what it is. So that, until I can figure out what to do with that problem later on, I don't really want to spend any funds right now to get a new airbrush. They're kind of expensive right now. So I may try to use that paint and brush it on the other parts. I don't know. I might try that. But the body's ready. I mean, the body, really, if there's any decals I'm going to put on it, I'll put them on there. If not, either way, I'll just clear coat it. It would be awesome. So I just got to work out the nose and everything. I never painted the hood, but I'm not above painting the hood flat black. That would look cool too. So I'll see how that goes, just as an update to that in case anybody was wondering. So let me turn this around. We'll look through this kit real fast and see what's inside and see how this build's going to go. And I've never built one of these, so I don't really know what's in the box. So I'll be looking at it the first time at the same time you will. So let me turn it around and we'll get started. So let's look at the body first on the car. It's molded in white. Does have a separate hood. Has a nice body detail. The seam lines are pretty hard to find. Looks like there's one there, easy to take off, but as usual, it has its nice glossy smooth finish to it, like most Tamiya kits, or Tamiya. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Looks good. Here's the exhaust. It's a little, maybe a chrome, it's chrome plated, it's very nice chrome on it, but it might be just a little too much. There's probably an intercooler that goes in the front here. Let's see. I believe in the picture on the box it shows it in there. So, of course, we paint that like silver. So again, chrome is probably too much for that. There's the exhaust, end of the exhaust pipe there. These are probably some hoses for the turbo or something. I didn't think this car has a motor, but maybe I'm wrong. Like I say, I never opened it before, so very, very nice rubber tires. I'm going to keep those in the bag because that has little nylon circle things for the wheels. Here we've got some great wheels molded in white. Some small parts here and here. Great detail on the exhaust, on the rotors. Includes calipers. It's got some fine engraving on it. These are probably some body panels of some kind. Ground effects or something. There's the steering wheel. This looks like a cross brace for the strut towers under the hood. But in this version, as far as I know, doesn't have an engine, but we will see. But there's lots of detail there. Got some decals in here. Looks like some silver type decals for the emblems, the mirrors, and then just some decals that have like a couple license plates, a couple versions of the dashboard. Not much else there. A couple little tiny decals that fit various things. There's the clear parts. Oh, that looks good. Oh, the hood is clear. Interesting. So, yeah, huh. But I'm pretty sure if there's no engine, we'll definitely be painting that. So it looks like maybe the tail lights and maybe the turn signal lights in the front possibly. But anyway, they're clear. So we're going to have to paint those by hand. Again, these look like the tail lights here. So maybe that's the front, that's for the headlight. That's for the corner turn signal light, and that's probably for the tail light. So we'll be painting all those. Here's another set of wheels. So one of them is probably a stock wheel, and one of them's a Nismo wheel. Looks like we have a duplicate exhaust system as well. A battery to go underneath the hood somewhere. Radiator shroud. These disc brakes, but you compare those, the factory disc brakes, to the Nismo ones. Holy cow, what a big difference. Not just in the detail, but the size. There's the dashboard, right-hand drive, which is awesome. I prefer those on a Japanese car, on a model anyway. Some other parts on there. It's probably something for under the chassis, and I'm not sure what that grill light is for. So what do we got here? We have the interior. So it's really hard to do any detailing in there, maybe, because when it's all one bucket, that creates it makes it a little harder. So we have a shifter, brake booster, radiator hose, emergency brake, fan, another steering wheel, 2 license plates, and 2 seats. Mirrors. I guess that's an exhaust. Just hold on a second. Oh, this car does have an engine in it. Interesting, I didn't know that. I knew the black version did, that I mentioned, but evidently this one does too. Huh. It just has some extra parts because it's a Nismo version. I actually think I might have paid more for the black one than I did for this one. Yeah, interesting. There's the now that looks like the oil pan. Like maybe this car is all-wheel drive, because that looks like, to me, that looks like the oil pan. Here's the differential for the front, and then here's the differential for the back. So, oh, that's cool. Oh man, that's even better. Wow, look at the detail on this valve cover. It says Nissan something on it, I can't read it. It's Nissan twin cam something valve. Oh, that's awesome. Of course, there's a struts for the suspension, wiper blades, axles, the lower part for probably the suspension in the front. Nice chassis, well detailed out. There's the engine bay, so that it would be a cross brace for the engine bay. Oh man, I'm digging this kit already. That's awesome. Spindles. So it's got a wing on the back. So actually that's it. That's all that comes with the kit. So 2 sets of wheels, 2 sets of brake rotors, 1 set of seats. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I just got to pick a color. Probably will be red. I don't know. I think I got some red paint left. So anyway, that's what we're going to build. Oh, it shows it red right there on the box. The black wheels. That's my kind of style there. I like that the calipers are yellow. Oh, it says Nismo Custom, so it might be a little more than just a stock vehicle. There's the intercooler there. They don't, you know how these boxes are on Tamiya. They don't give you much information really on the kit. I mean, they do a little bit, but picture-wise, there's the bottom of the box is all cardboard. There's really There's really nothing to it. You get a tech tips sheet, and then you get a whole bunch of stuff in a different language there on the bottom of the box. But let's check the directions and see if there's any clues on what we're getting into. 1989 Nissan GTR R32. So I was right, it's an R32. So I'm guessing it's a 4-cylinder or a 6. I'm not sure. No, it's a 6-cylinder. Yeah, it looks like a 6-cylinder from the exhaust. So it's a twin cam 6-cylinder, twin turbo. Man, this car has everything, right? I like that the gas tank is separate. I wish every model was like that. I mean, it's very easy to paint it. Although this one's, by 1989, the gas tanks might be plastic, which means it would be like a black or a dark gray. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm not sure. Sway bar. The seats, the interior. Everything else is pretty much straightforward. Has a wiper blade for the back window. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is 1989. It's an inline 6 double overhead cam, 24 valve, twin turbocharged and intercooled 280 horsepower engine with 6 individual throttle bodies, sodium filled exhaust valves. I haven't heard of sodium filled exhaust valves since probably the 80s. I mean, interesting. Variable torque split 4-wheel drive and a Super Hikes 4-wheel steering system. Aluminum caliper brakes. They made 500 pre-tuned Skyline GTR NISMO vehicles in 1990. Man, that's an unbelievable car, especially in 1989. I mean, 1889. Think of what a Camaro and a Mustang, and I don't think Dodge even had anything to look at in 1989. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they had any pony cars back then. But yeah, that would have been a real killer car to have. So that's it. This is the next build. I'm going to finish the Dodge, so in a few days to a week you'll probably see a final video on that, or Plymouth, I'm sorry. You'll probably see a final on that. And right now these are the only two things I got going on the bench. The major as far as cars. And actually, while the Plymouth is drying and getting ready, when it's done, I'm going to start on this Nissan, getting some parts cleaned off and separated, and might even paint a few today or tomorrow, because I'm off tomorrow. And if the weather holds and it's not raining or something, it's a nice day today, but it could rain at any time. It's cool that hood is clear. I'm gonna have to think hard about that. I'll probably wait till the end and then set that on top of it and see what it looks like. See if I like it or not. If not, then I'll paint it. But that's interesting. So that's it. that's the scoop. We're up to date. That's my, what do we call that? Weekday, what's on my bench day? Maybe? I'm not sure. But I want to thank you for watching. If you made it this far to the end. And let me know your thoughts on this car. Have you built one? Or anything I should look out for? Any problems that you had or weird things that I should know about before you dig into it? And, you know, throw me a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time you ever visited or something like that. That'd be cool. And then, you know, post a comment and let me know what you're thinking there. I'd really be interested if anybody built one. And if you did, I'll probably look it up on your channel. Because this looks not so much complicated. I've built Tamiya kits before, not a big deal there, but there's so much detail in all of this. It's crazy. And what's funny is it doesn't look like it has a lot of parts. And even some of the parts are doubled. So it's not like anything's missing. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, again, the interior, I wouldn't say that's the most detailed interior I ever saw. Far from it, but I'm gonna have to look it up, see if there's any pictures online, because there's no pictures on the box of the interior whatsoever. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go. Appreciate you stopping by, and we'll catch you next time. Later.